And earlier, India hit Pakistan with strong measures as it began its response to the gruesome terror attack in Pahalgam that killed 26 civilians. The Indus River Treaty has been suspended. Pakistani citizens have been barred from entering India. The Cabinet Committee on Security decided to act after the cross-border link of the attack was brought out.
The Indus Waters Treaty of 1960 will be held in abeyance with immediate effect until Pakistan credibly and irrevocably abjures its support for cross-border terrorism. 2. The integrated checkpost Atari will be closed with immediate effect. Those who have crossed over with valid endorsements may return through that route before 1 May 2025.
India's diplomatic crackdown involves a series of measures. India has put the Indus Water Treaty with Pakistan on hold. It has shut the Atari checkpost for all cross-border movement. New Delhi has suspended the SAARC visa travel privileges for Pakistani nationals. All Pakistani citizens currently in India under the SAARC framework have been given 48 hours to leave the country. Moreover, India has tightened the diplomatic channels. It has expelled all Pakistani military advisors posted in its high commissions in India. The overall strength of the respective high commissions will be brought down to 30. These measures aim to tighten the screws on Pakistan and isolate Pakistan internationally. The Cabinet Committee on Security led by Prime Minister Modi met for over 2 hours in New Delhi on Wednesday. The top Indian leadership, the Defence Minister, the Home Minister, the Finance Minister, the Foreign Minister, as well as the National Security Advisor were present. The cross-border linkages of the terrorist attack were discussed in the briefing. It was also noted that the attack came in the wake of successful elections in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Pakistan government has also called an emergency meeting of the country's National Security Committee. The committee, composed of senior civil military officials and military officials, will meet today. Pakistan's Defence Minister Khwaja Asif said the agenda of the meeting will be to carve out Pakistan's response to India's diplomatic crackdown. As both countries come face-to-face in the diplomatic arena, India has also ordered its military forces on the border to remain vigilant.
CCS reviewed the overall security situation and directed all forces to maintain high vigil. It resolved that the perpetrators of this attack will be brought to justice and their sponsors held to account. As with the recent extradition of Tahawur Rana, India will be unrelenting in the pursuit of those who have committed acts of terror or conspired to make them possible. Thank you very much.
All right, for more on this, we're now being joined by our special correspondent Idris Loan from Srinagar. We're also being joined right now live on the bulletin by our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik from Islamabad. Idris, let me come to you first. Of course, we've heard of the encounter in Udhampur. If you could just start by bringing us the ground updates on that.
Well, two major operations are continuing since yesterday in Kashmir Valley. The Kulgam encounter is still on, where security forces had a tip-off about the presence of 2 to 3 militants. After that, there was a brief gunfight in South Kashmir, after which there is a massive search operation on in the area. If we talk about the Udhampur encounter, one Indian Army soldier was killed in the initial gunfight that started in the Udhampur district after security forces received an input about the presence of 3 to 4 militants in the area. Security forces had started a cordon and search operation in the area, and during the search operation, militants fired on security forces, which resulted in a gun battle. The Indian Army soldier was shifted to the hospital, but before he could be brought to the hospital, he succumbed to his injuries. Security forces are still carrying out this operation in the area as the firing is going on from both the sides. Let me tell you, this seems to be a same group of militants which is active on the higher ranges of the Pir Panjal as well as in South Kashmir, which the same group must have been involved in the Baisaran attack as well. Security forces have intensified operations across various districts of the Kashmir Valley as well as in Jammu. Around 2,000 people have been detained for questioning by Jammu and Kashmir police since the Pahalgam attack. We're also being told that security forces have recovered arms and ammunition in North Kashmir's Bandipora district, where they had put up a barricade, and during the checking they recovered the arms and ammunition from 2 people who have also been arrested. Overall, security situation heightened all across Jammu as well as in the Kashmir division. The line of control and international border has also been put on high alert. We saw day before yesterday there was an infiltration bid from the Pakistani side, where 2 militants were killed by security forces. Their bodies were recovered. Arms and ammunition was recovered from their possession as well. So security forces leaving no stone unturned to basically look for the attackers who carried out the brutal act of Pahalgam. On the other side, Omar Abdullah has also called for an all-party meeting at the SKICC Srinagar at 3 o'clock, where he would be discussing a strategy, basically mostly discussing about the tourism industry in Jammu and Kashmir, because after the attack we've seen that at least 95% bookings in Pahalgam have been already cancelled. The tourists who were there have also left. Although I did speak to a lot of tourists in Srinagar who were saying that they've cancelled the Pahalgam trips, but they're not cancelling their overall Kashmir trips. But the Kashmir tourist associations are getting calls from different quarters from their customers all across the country who have been telling them to cancel their trips they had planned in the future. Overall, it's going to be a grim situation for the tourism industry as well, but security forces really carrying out and intensifying operations all across the valley.
All right, Idris, we also have with us Anas. Anas, thank you so much for joining us. Who are the participants of this emergency meet that has been called by the Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif? What is this body? Can you tell us?
Well, Haim, this is the highest civil-military hurdle that Pakistan has by law. That is number one. Number two, this has the civilian and the military leadership both in participation, and the National Security Committee meeting has literally just minutes ago begun. First was the briefing initially, beforehand was the briefing by the services chiefs and the intelligence chiefs that was given exclusively to the Prime Minister, and following that, the National Security Committee meeting has just begun. The participants are from the civilian side. It is the Foreign Minister, the Finance Minister, the Information Minister, the Interior Minister and the Defence Minister. The ex facto members who have been invited by the Prime Minister are the Law Minister and the Attorney General. With that, the Defence Secretary, the Interior Secretary and the Foreign Secretary, they are also part of the meeting. From the military side, we have the 3 services chiefs, the intelligence chiefs of the ISI, the 3 intelligence agencies that Pakistan has, the ISI, the IB and the military intelligence. What we also know is that the Pakistani side also has the Chairman Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee in participation. Now, this civil-military hurdle is, as I said, it is the highest format with regards to decision-taking when it comes to matters related to national security, and they will be hurdling and they will be deliberating on measures in response to India. That is the one-point agenda. What we've heard is that there will not be a closure of the high commissions both in Islamabad and in Delhi. That means Pakistan will not be recalling all of its diplomats. That is number one. Number two, what we know is that Pakistan will be invoking reciprocal measures, including that the likelihood of that being invoked on civilians as well. That means Indian nationals, those who are in Islamabad, they can possibly, or those who are in Pakistan, not just in Islamabad, through divided families, those who might have been married here, they would be asked to, or can possibly be asked to leave the country. There will be a review with regards to the Shimla agreement that is being done. That will be deliberated upon. Whether or not the National Security Committee decides to go further on it, the answer to that will be known in a very short while from now. So a very important hurdle that is currently underway, and the outcomes to that will definitely have an impact on India-Pakistan relations going forward.
All right. Well, Anas, thank you so much for bringing us the updates on that. Also, Idris, thank you so much for joining us with all the updates on the ground situation there. We'll, of course, get in touch with you again for as and when more developments come in. Stay safe for now. Thank you so much both for joining us. For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.